There's been times in my life where I felt confused, lost, disconnected, like I didn't know which path to take, where to go. I felt like there was a sort of like a meaninglessness to reality. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but I didn't know where to go. I felt very just confused overall. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to find purpose and meaning in your life when you feel lost, how to bring back that spark, how to bring back that connection to who you really are and bring back that connection to your higher self so that you can have purpose and meaning, because purpose and meaning is something that we personally create, but we still can choose and shift into our preference and create what we actually want. And also, you might believe that at a higher level, there's something that you're meant to be doing. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you exactly how to connect with that, whether you believe that you create your purpose or whether you have some divine purpose that was divinely set for you, like your higher self is guiding you towards something. It doesn't matter. This video is going to point you to a frequency where you know for sure that you're in alignment with your purpose. And I'm going to share with you in this video exactly how you can connect to that. So if you're new to this channel, what I want you to do is I want you to hit that subscribe button. I want you to hit that notification bell, because I do post a new video every single day. Also, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Now, the first thing I want to share with you in terms of how to find purpose and meaning when you feel lost, how to connect back to that life purpose when you don't know where to go, is to understand this. This is really important, that your purpose is a frequency, not an action. Okay? This is very critical to remember, because what most people do is they're too focused on what do I do? What should I be doing with my life? But they forget to stay connected to their inner state of being while they're doing what they're doing. Because you could be doing what's right, but if your frequency is not aligned, I would argue that that's not the best thing for you and the planet. Because your higher self and your inner being, when you're connected to spirit, you know that sometimes you need to take some time off. Maybe your life purpose is to go to the woods and just sit there on a bench. I can't tell you how many times where what I needed personally was to go to the park, sit on a bench for about an hour and just be there. And what if I told myself, oh, I need to be doing this right now because this is my life purpose, and there's some idea in my mind that I have to be doing this, but really what I actually feel in resonance that's connected to my heart space when I do that thing is just to go to the park, sit on a bench. If I ignore that calling to go sit on a bench, I would say that's not my life purpose. That's just an idea in my mind that I've convinced myself I have to go do this thing, when in reality, there's an inner resonance guiding me to go do something that truly feels right in my heart. And then maybe in the next moment, it leads you to take an action that looks more like a life purpose on paper, like some sort of a talent, some sort of an art, some sort of a thing that you love to do. But then that resonance guided you to get there. So you can focus on that resonance, focus on what feels in resonance, and then eventually you'll simply find, or life will show you what you need. And also you can set intentions. We'll just talk about more about that in some other videos, not in this video. But the first thing you can do is just focus on the frequency. Focus on the place that you're coming from in terms of how you feel about what you're doing. And if you focus on how you feel about what you're doing and the place that you come from, again, what you'll find is that life will sort of point you in the direction of what it is that you should be doing, and you'll find it very quickly, and you'll feel in resonance. You'll talk to the people that you need to talk to. You'll read the books that you need to read that might point you in the direction of what you want to be doing. I remember when I started my coaching business, somebody recommended a book to me called The Prosperous Coach. And that whole process of me finding out that I like to coach people and be on YouTube happened as a result of me just meditating, focusing on what feels right to me. There's somebody that I reached out to that I just asked, hey, what do you think? I was just talking to some mentor just randomly, and then he just recommended this book to me, and there it was. And of course, what you look for, you will find, but the frequency showed me how to get there. Now, number two, what I want to share with you is be easy on yourself and do what is inspired. Okay, this is a more divine, feminine, or like feminine approach, so to speak, to finding your purpose, because a masculine perspective can be like, hey, just take the action And then what you'll find is that once you start to take that action, you'll start to gain momentum, and then it'll feel better after. And that's true, but I find that if you go too far with that perspective, you might start doing things that don't resonate for you, and you're too pushy, you're too masculine, too logical. When I find that if you're easy on yourself, if you focus on just being easy, if you don't know what to do, if you feel lost, if you feel disconnected. Personally, there's been times where I felt really disconnected and lost, and I put a lot of pressure on myself. Like recently I went through some health issues, and I had to take off some time from YouTube for a couple of months. And what happened was that there was times I was really hard on myself, and I felt that I needed to keep recording these daily videos and keep coaching people, and I kept trying to push because that's my life purpose, right? I gotta keep posting daily videos. I gotta, keep taking calls excuse me, with all these clients, and I gotta keep doing it. You can sense there's a frantic energy there, right? And is that really a life purpose, to be feeling frantic and disconnected and to be really not in the flow state? I would say no. Sure, there's a time and place to be a little bit more logical and be masculine, but what happens is that if you go too far in that direction, you'll learn your lesson, and you'll see that there's personally for me, what happens is that when I get stuck in some sort of a logical perspective that I believe I have to be doing something that doesn't feel in alignment with my spirit, what happens is that I just get stuck in what I call a loop. It's just a loop where it's a feedback loop where you keep repeating the same things over and over and over, and you're not learning the lesson that life is trying to teach you. Life is trying to always teach you lessons. And if you ignore those lessons, you're just going to repeat the same thing, and that's not going to help you to get to your life purpose. In a way, it will get you to your life purpose if you realize and become conscious that what you're doing is not your life purpose, and then through contrast, you learn your life purpose. So that's, I guess, fine, because really in life, there are no wrong turns. You learn through contrast in about every single experience. Even if you're totally out of alignment, that might be exactly what you need to then realize the contrast that this is not for me, and then shift back into alignment with your inner being and who you truly are. But that's pretty much mostly what you're going to get from being out of alignment and not being in alignment with your life purpose. So I would argue personally, in my opinion, that your life purpose is something that comes from your heart and your spirit, and what feels truly in resonance with who you truly are. And that is going to come from you being easy on yourself, focusing on the energy, focusing on the frequency, focusing on the place that you're coming from. So I just wanted to remind you that if you're feeling a little bit lost, be easy on yourself and trust that through inspired action, through being connected to your inner being, it will reveal itself to you, and the right people will come, the synchronicities will come, and it'll be very obvious at that point what you should be doing because you want to do it. And then through that contrast of what you don't enjoy, it'll be very obvious that that thing you should be doing that. Now, number 3, a great way to find your purpose, how to find purpose and meaning when you feel lost, is to focus on what feels rejuvenating or what feels like a recharge. That's what I have here. Because there's certain things you can do in life that feel very draining, that decrease your energetic state, that decrease your consciousness. What is consciousness? Consciousness is energy. The more energy you have, the more consciousness you have. Basically, those things are synonymous. Of course, you can define those words in different ways, but if you have more consciousness, you have more energy. Now, if you do something that decreases your energy, something that lowers your state of being, well, then you're actually not in alignment, in my opinion, in terms of the way that I'm communicating with what I call your life purpose, with what you should, quote unquote, should be doing. And the reason I say should like this is because I don't believe in shoulds and shouldn'ts, right? You have a free will choice to do whatever you want as a free being, as a free spirit. Now, if you go in the direction of going against what feels in resonance in your heart space, then pretty much again, what doesn't feel like it's a recharge, it feels very draining. What you'll find is that will show you it'll basically show you that that's not what you should be doing, right? And then you'll get a lot from that. But if you really want to align with your life purpose, and again, that can be your life purpose in a way, right? Because you're learning through contrast, and it's actually very important. It's a very important aspect of life, is to let yourself learn through those contrasts. Let yourself make mistakes. Be okay with the fact that you're not perfect, right? You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna fall out of alignment sometimes, and those are all learning experiences. And you could argue that that is part of your life purpose, is to learn through contrast. But to be a little bit more specific in terms of what I'm trying to communicate in this video, is that what your life purpose really is to learn to focus on your preference and what feels rejuvenating and what recharges you. That's your purpose. That's where you're gonna find meaning. That's where you're gonna feel connected. That's where you're gonna feel in the flow. That's where you're gonna feel like you're your best self and you're doing what you really want to be doing, not because somebody told you to do something, right? Because you can do things because you feel like you have to, because somebody told you that you have to be doing that. But you can also do things because you want to be there, because you're a conscious participator of that situation, of that circumstance, of that, place that you're at, and you're consciously participating in that, right? And if you choose not to participate in that and then learn through contrast and do something you believe you have to do, that's fine. But I would say that's not your true life purpose for the purposes of communicating this video. Again, everything can be your life purpose from a certain broader universal perspective, but from a more relative perspective where yes, you have individuality, you have meaning, you have purpose as a unique soul that's separate from people. Not because you're connected to everything, but because you're separate. You're a separate individual that has individuality. And that's important to honor when it comes to finding purpose, meaning because you're unique. You want to honor your uniqueness and honor the fact that you're unique being, choose your preference, and that's going to get you closer to your purpose as well. So what feels rejuvenating? What feels like a recharge? And it might not seem like it's your life purpose. You might think, well, God, this can't be my life purpose, because what feels recharging to me is maybe to go eat some fast food or something, but I need to be hustling and doing this. Maybe what you really need is to I know this is gonna sound crazy. It's like, Francis, are you encouraging me to go do unhealthy things or to do things that, are lazy and gonna make me procrastinate? I'm not telling you to do anything, but personally for me, what I found in my experience is that to get to where I'm at now, there's been times where I had to do things that didn't seem like it was my life purpose, and that led me to being in what I'm gonna say was my life purpose in that moment, whether I realized it or not, and then led me to those obviously on the outside, on paper, yeah, he's in alignment with his purpose, making videos, doing things that feel in resonance to him. But again, that came from me sort of trusting myself. And so that's what I really encourage you to do. And if you do these things, you'll find that you are going to be much closer to aligning with what we're going to call your life purpose in this video. And with that, I conclude this video. Leave a comment down below if this video resonated with you and if you got something from this video that was valuable. Also, please hit that like button for me so that more people can get access to this content, because I do believe that every single person on this planet does deserve to know that they are the creators of their reality and they can manifest their reality in the most effortless and easy way possible and help themselves and others in the process as well. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.